Got a 911 call.
Yeah, we were trying to answer the phone, but we're not able to. We have a guest in 217 that you guys brought in earlier. She's making
She's in 217?
Yes. And she's saying that someone was trying to, but the customer barely was checking in when she was blaming that he was trying to.
Okay.
On March 17th, 2024, officers responded to a hotel for a call that sounds terrifying on paper. A woman claiming she had been attacked by another guest. In the hierarchy of police calls, this is near the top of the list, prompting a heightened response where officers arrive with adrenaline pumping, ready to secure a crime scene and protect a traumatized victim. But what we see in this footage is a masterclass in how a victim call can completely disintegrate into a defendant's seat in the span of about 12 minutes. At the end of the video, I will share my thoughts on the incident, so be sure to watch that part as well, because there will be some parts that you can learn from in a legal sense.
And he was just coming in? Okay.
I was checking him in at that moment, and she said he was in his room trying to record. See how people make that stuff and then people get in trouble?
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you. Warner Police. Hello.
Hey.
You called?
Did you call 911?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
No, I called 911 on the person that was like breaking in my place.
Breaking into your place?
Yeah, not me.
Is there anybody here with you?
No, it's just my aunt on the phone.
Can I talk to her?
Yeah,
What's her name?
Evelyn.
Hey, Miss Evelyn, this is Sergeant Yarber. How are you?
All right. What's your name, ma'am? And you okay today? So give me a rundown of what all happened.
So somebody came into this room.
Okay. I'm listening.
I don't want to. Alright, so somebody came into this room, and
Okay.
I was like, alright, whatever, I got some tequila in here.
Okay. Okay. How much have you had to drink tonight? If you could guess.
Oh, I barely even opened the thing.
You barely even open it? Okay.
Yeah, it's over there.
All right. And you say you're the only one in here?
Yeah.
Okay. How long you been in this room?
Since yesterday.
Since yesterday?
I don't know. Why am I being investigated?
No, we're asking questions. You called us, right? So we have to do our job and ask questions.
He's the one that came in here.
Okay, give me a description. I'm trying to get a rundown of what all happened.
He was probably like 6 foot, probably like 6'5", right?
Okay, 6'5".
I can't describe him because, you are the way you are, and I am.
I'm the way what? I'm not understanding.
I can't describe him.
How can't you describe him? Just describe him.
I can't be like, he's white.
Yes, you can. That's called describing somebody that attacked you.
Okay. Well, he was of color.
Okay.
He was a taller dude.
Okay. When you say he was of color, what are you saying? Is he okay? There's race. So is it white, black, Hispanic? Don't touch me, ma'am. Is it white, black, Hispanic?
I'm not.
I'm asking questions.
I don't know if I don't know what the proper terms are.
You don't know whether somebody is white, black,
He was a little bit darker than me, okay?
Okay.
But he came into my room, started drinking my dang tequila.
So he drank your tequila?
Yes.
Okay. So he ran into your house, drank your
But
tequila.
I also saw him earlier today.
You saw him earlier today?
Yes.
And what was that?
In the elevator.
You saw him in the elevator?
Yes.
Okay. What color was his hair?
The color was his hair. It was just dark.
It was dark.
Like,
Right.
you're like picking. No, you're crying. You're crying. I don't like it.
I'm crying when you said that somebody tried to harm you.
Can I get a white officer over here, please?
Ma'am?
Yes. Can I get a white officer over here?
You can call Officer Bruce.
No, I need a white officer.
She's asking for a white officer. So, okay. All right, well, let me see what I can figure out, okay?
Alright, who are you talking to?
You're out?
Yeah.
All right, so what's going on?
This dude came into my room and like tried to almost me.
Who?
That I can't. I'm not saying it on y'all's body cams.
A person of color is what she told me.
Why won't you say it on the body camera?
I ain't saying. I know.
So you went down to the lobby and talked to the clerk down there, and what did you tell the clerk?
I said somebody came to my room, and the same guy that I met in the freaking elevators earlier. I don't know what it was today or I don't know or yesterday. I don't know, but and he offered me shoes earlier today, and then now he is like trying to.
How is he trying to help you? What is he doing?
He came in here and he came in here and tried to.
What did he do? How did he get in the door?
Oh, he just opened the door.
The door wasn't locked.
No, the door was locked.
So how did he get in?
No, I did not unlock it at all. No. I thought it was an officer. I thought it was an officer. So I unlocked it because I thought it was an officer. And that's the only reason I ever unlocked this door.
So there's nobody in there right now, right?
No, you know, come on.
How much have you had to drink today?
Probably like 4 margaritas.
4 margaritas? Where
Yeah.
at? I was like, where? You probably got a big room.
Well, I haven't drank all that yet. I was going to. I was going to get there.
Huh?
I was going to get there, but I'm going to open the refrigerator and everything.
No, I'm just looking where anybody could hide. Make sure nobody was in there. I got it.
I was trying to open this while I opened home the door.
So what is our plan for tonight? What are we gonna do?
I'm just going to bed.
Here's your phone. Are we done calling 911?
Yeah. Well, I do. Stay away from this damn friggin'
If I knew who he was, I would.
217.
Huh?
137th
You don't know who he was?
I wasn't here. You can't give me no good description. You said you wouldn't tell us on body cam.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
What? What do I have?
How old are you?
I'm 32, but I know what the fuck. So he's like this tall, but I can't say
Yes, you can.
no, I can't say anything.
It would help our investigation if
No,
you did.
I can't, but I
Let
can't.
me go down and talk to him.
All right.
You know good and well. It's not.
I don't. That's why I'm asking questions, because I really don't know. You won't give me a description.
Give me. Hold on. Let me get the car. What you? All right, homeboy. What's going on?
I don't know. You tell me. You still haven't given us a description yet.
You won't tell me?
I don't know, because you haven't given me a description.
I'm a dick nurse. I know how it goes.
Okay, if you're a nurse, then you should be able to identify people by their race.
Yeah, I know.
So, what is the race?
I know how it goes.
So what's the race? What's the description of the person?
And now we identify people by the race. I'm about to call my daddy right now.
Help us to help you, ma'am. How can we help you if you don't give us a description of the person?
I'm about to call my mom. I'm sitting here with two officers who I'm trying to get my freaking dad on the phone with because they're freaking, oh my goodness. I need my dad on the phone, but he won't answer the phone.
Hey, ma'am. Miss Amy, lower your voice, please.
Because it's like a Fox News like civil pursuit like going on right now. It's like a black and white, and I don't want to say it's black and white because when I'm on camera. But I need my dad. I need my dad. I need my dad because I was almost by somebody of color, but I can't say anything.
Don't touch me, ma'am.
I can't. No, I'm not touching you.
Don't touch me.
I can't touch him. I can't touch him, and I can't
Don't touch
cover
me,
his
please.
camera, and I can't say anything until.
All right, Miss Amy.
Hold on.
All right, Miss Amy. So, you know how you just stand up for me? Turn around.
I'm holding.
I got you. I need you. Just stand up. Turn around for me. Turn around for me.
No.
Stop.
They're arresting me.
I'll explain everything to you in just a minute.
Why?
Stop.
Why? Evelyn.
This man's working.
Stop. Don't break your wrist.
What are you arresting me for? What are you arresting me for?
You got smaller wrists, so it needs to be still so it don't get broke.
Yeah. What am I getting arrested for?
Explain everything to you in just a moment, okay?
No, I know. I need to know right now. Because
You're gonna check and make sure you don't have any weapons on you, any
I ain't got
paraphernalia.
nothing. I ain't got nothing but his freaking shirt and pants on.
We're tired, boss.
Evelyn, help me! Call my lawyer!
All right.
Evelyn!
Confused.
Yeah, where your shoes at?
I don't have no shoes.
All right.
What are you arresting me for?
I'll explain everything to you when we get there.
No, damn! You tell me right now.
Here, we're gonna put your shoes on, okay?
No, what are you arresting me for?
Get the route.
Yes, I have the right to. What are you
Shoe on.
arresting me for?
Shoe on.
Oh my God! What are you arresting me for?
Go on, put your shoe on.
What are you arresting me
All right,
for?
let's walk.
Public intoxication.
Get public intoxication, disturbing the peace, okay?
That'll get through the justice system faster than my DUI that has been a year and a half.
All right.
I don't know how to get in here.
Yep, just take your time.
The incident begins before the officers even knock on the door, starting with the dispatch information versus the reality on the ground. When the officers walk into the lobby, the narrative hits an immediate speed bump. The hotel staff explains that the attacker was barely checking in when the caller started blaming him for trying to assault her. The staff clarifies that the accused man was simply entering his own room. Right off the bat, we have reasonable suspicion warring with witness credibility. The officers have a legal duty to investigate the 911 call. They cannot just take the clerk's word for it and leave, because if there is a genuine victim upstairs and they leave based on the clerk's opinion, the liability would be astronomical. However, the clerk is a sober, third-party witness, providing a rational explanation, which sets the stage for the officers to walk up those stairs with healthy skepticism. They are now in fact-finding mode rather than tactical entry mode, needing to figure out if this is a crime or a misunderstanding. If you believe in accountability, both for the police and for the public, take a second to like this video or leave a comment if you learned something new about your rights today. It helps us keep these educational breakdowns coming, and it helps the algorithm show this to more people who need to understand how these interactions actually work. When the officers make contact with the woman in room 217, the investigation begins in earnest. Watch how they approach her. They are calm, asking open-ended questions like, "Give me a rundown of what all happened." This is a standard interview technique designed to get a subject to commit to a story before the officers start poking holes in it. She says, "Somebody came into this room," but then immediately pivots to talking about her alcohol, pointing to a bottle of key lime tequila. The officer asks the million-dollar question, "How much have you had to drink tonight?" Her answer, "I barely even opened it," is practically universal code in body cam footage for, "I am significantly impaired." The officers aren't asking this to judge her lifestyle. They are asking to establish competency. If a victim is highly intoxicated, their ability to recall details, identify suspects, and provide a statement that will hold up in court is severely compromised. It doesn't mean a crime didn't happen, as drunk people get attacked too, but it means the officers need physical evidence because the victim's word is shaky. Then comes the description of the event. She claims he is the one that came in, but when the officer asks for a description, the wheels fall off the wagon. She describes him as 6 feet 5 inches, and then stops, refusing to give further details because you know you are the way you are. This is the first major red flag that the caller is focused on something other than the crime. A person who has just been terrified by an intruder usually wants that intruder caught. They will scream details about a red shirt, a beard, or a scar. Instead, she starts playing a game, refusing to describe his race and acting terrified to say anything specific. At this exact moment, when she refuses to describe the man who allegedly broke into her room, would you, as the officer, assume she is lying or just scared? We have to talk about the elephant in the room because the subject brings it up repeatedly. The officers on scene appear to be black, the subject is black, and the alleged attacker is described vaguely as of color. Suddenly she asks, "Can I get a white officer over here, please?" It is vital to understand the legal reality of this request. You do not have the right to choose the race, gender, or specific identity of the police officer responding to your 911 call. When you dial 911, you get the next available unit. Demanding a white officer does two things instantly. First, it destroys sympathy by making the caller look belligerent and focused on racial politics rather than the emergency she reported. Second, it signals non-compliance, telling the officers she is not going to cooperate with them. The officer's response is professional. He simply repeats the request to confirm he heard it right, noting it for his report later to show he was trying to help while she created barriers. She then claims she can't describe the suspect because it's like a Fox News-like Civil Pursuit, and she doesn't want to say it's black and white on camera. This is a fascinating psychological moment where she is more worried about the optics of accusing a black man on a body camera than she is about the fact that she just claimed a man broke into her room to attack her. From an investigator's perspective, this screams false report. Real victims do not care about the optics of the police report. They care about immediate safety. People who are making things up, or who are severely intoxicated and paranoid, worry about how the story sounds to a hypothetical audience. She repeatedly says, "I'm not saying it on y'all's body cams," which brings up a common misconception. Many people believe they can dictate when a body camera is on or off. In a private home, sometimes officers have discretion to turn it off during a sensitive interview. But in a hotel room where they are investigating a potential violent crime and the subject is being uncooperative and intoxicated, that camera stays on. It protects everyone. Her refusal to speak on camera is a tactical error because if a crime occurred, the recording preserves her statement immediately after the event. By refusing to speak on camera, she is essentially refusing to provide a witness statement. Without a statement, and without physical evidence like a broken door or injuries, the officers have literally no crime to investigate. The officers try to work with her, explaining they have to do their job, giving her every opportunity to act like a victim, but she won't let them. Let's look at the mechanics of the alleged crime. She claims the man broke in, but when pressed on how he got in, she admits the door was locked and she unlocked it because I thought I was not an officer. So, the narrative shifts from breaking and entering to, I opened the door for him. Then she mentions she saw him in the elevator earlier and he offered her shoes. The story has completely transformed from a violent home invasion to a drunken interaction that she is now regretting or misremembering. This is the pivot point where the legal danger shifts from the attacker to the caller. You cannot call the police and claim an emergency when none exists, and you definitely cannot claim a violent felony when you actually just opened the door for a guy you met in an elevator. The officers have now verified the door wasn't forced, she has no injuries, her story is inconsistent, and she is intoxicated. They are done investigating the attack and are now investigating the disturbance. This brings us to a nuanced legal point that often confuses people. Can you be arrested for public intoxication inside your own hotel room? Generally, a hotel room is considered a private residence for the duration of your stay, offering Fourth Amendment protections. You can drink a bottle of tequila in your room, and as long as you stay there and don't bother anyone, the police generally can't touch you. However, that protection evaporates in two main scenarios. First, if you invite the police in, which she did by calling 911 and opening the door. Second, if you create a public disturbance. If your behavior is so erratic that it requires police presence, or if the breach of the peace originates in the room but affects the public order, you can be charged. In this specific case, the charges listed at the end: disorderly conduct, public intoxication, misuse of 911, and resisting arrest. Form a stack where the misuse of 911 is likely the primary act, the disorderly covers the behavior during the investigation, and the intoxication explains the state she was in. The officers finally have enough. She is refusing to answer questions, ranting about her dad and Fox News, admitting to unlocking the door herself, and is visibly drunk. When the officer says, "Stand up for me. Turn around," she instantly switches to physical resistance. Resistance comes in two flavors: passive resistance, like going limp or refusing to walk, and active resistance, like pulling away or tensing up. When the officer grabs her wrist and she pulls away, saying, "Don't touch me," that is active resistance. The officer warns her about her smaller wrists not as a threat, but as a physics lesson, because handcuffing techniques rely on leverage and joint manipulation. If you thrash around while an officer is applying torque to your wrist, you are going to hurt yourself. Do you think the officer should have just left her there to sleep it off, or was the arrest necessary given the false 911 call and demand for a white officer? Does that change your opinion on whether she deserved a warning versus handcuffs? I want to circle back to her specific ranting about Fox News and civil pursuit, because it gives us a glimpse into the mindset that leads to these charges. This is someone who is terminally online, viewing her real-life emergency through the lens of a cable news segment. She is worried about how the character of the victim looks to an audience. This is fatal in a police interaction. When you are dealing with cops, you need to be in the moment and factual: who, what, where, when, why. The moment you start talking about optics, narratives, or how this looks, you are signaling to the officer that you are manipulating the truth. Police officers are human lie detectors who deal with liars all day long. When someone prioritizes the politics of the crime over the facts of the crime, the officer knows the crime probably didn't happen. Also, notice her invocation of her father. Calling for your parents when you are a 32-year-old adult being arrested for drunk and disorderly conduct is a regression behavior often seen with high levels of intoxication, reinforcing the officer's decision that she is not in a state to care for herself. Let's critique the officer's tactics. They gave her nearly 10 minutes to explain herself, asked the same questions multiple times, ignored the insults, and only logged the request for a white officer without getting baited. They did not immediately arrest her. They tried to verify the attack, asked about the door, and asked about the suspect. They only moved to arrest when it became clear she was wasting their time and unable to care for herself. Critically, the officer says, "Help us to help you, ma'am." This is the key phrase. Police cannot investigate a crime if the victim won't describe the suspect. By refusing to describe the suspect, she ended the investigation herself. The officers literally had nothing else they could do except arrest her or leave her, and leaving a highly intoxicated woman who just made a false 911 call alone in a hotel room where she might call again or cause more issues isn't a great option for liability. The final charges, disorderly conduct, public intoxication, misuse of 911, and resisting arrest, are a stack that could ruin anyone's week. Usually, the misuse of 911 is the primary act, The disorderly is the behavior during the investigation. The intoxication is the state she was in. The resisting is what happened when the cuffs came out. Any one of these is bad, but all four together mean a very expensive lawyer bill and a permanent criminal record, all because she couldn't handle her tequila and decided to role-play a victim. The misuse of 911 charge is the one that should scare you the most. Police resources are finite. When you call 911 for a fake attack because you're drunk and emotional, you are pulling officers away from real car accidents, real robberies, and real medical emergencies. Courts take this very seriously. It is not a prank. It is a crime against the community. So, what have we learned from this hotel room disaster? First, don't drink and dial. If you are intoxicated, your perception of reality is skewed, and you might think someone broke in when you actually invited them in. If you call 911 drunk, be prepared for the police to investigate you just as much as the other guy. Second, cooperation is currency. If you are a victim, you want the police to know who did it. Refusing to describe the suspect, demanding a different officer based on race, or refusing to speak on body cam are all giant red flags that tell the police you are not a credible victim. Third, the white officer demand always backfires. It makes you look prejudiced, entitled, and irrational, instantly aligning the officers against you because you are insulting their colleague based on skin color. Finally, the body cam is non-negotiable. You cannot order the police to turn off their cameras during a criminal investigation in a hotel room. Accept that you are being recorded and use it to your advantage by giving a clear, calm statement. If you act irrational on camera, the camera will convict you. This woman turned a quiet night in a hotel into 4 criminal charges because she couldn't keep her story straight and refused to respect the officers doing their job. Don't make the same mistake.